Greetings and welcome to my page. I'm Chris the Life Broker, and in this video I'll be discussing my journey with life insurance. Like most of you guys, 2023 was a challenging year. It was a rough year. There were a lot of deaths, a lot of friends, family members, a lot of people that I know and loved transitioned this year. But nothing hit me like my nephew being murdered. He was 31 years old, and unfortunately, he didn't have any coverage when he transitioned. He left behind 4 beautiful children, and unfortunately, since he didn't have any coverage, he wasn't able to leave them anything financially to help them. Luckily, my wife and I were doing well, and we were able to take care of his funeral for him. And although we took care of his funeral, it still didn't take away the sting of his loss. If he had coverage, the death benefits, the money would have helped him a lot. It would have helped his family a lot. So one thing I had to realize is I needed to educate myself more on life insurance and the benefits of having it. So although me and my wife, we're covered, we had term life, and we had insurance through our job, we realized that term life is temporary. And if we live longer than 20 years, we'd have to get more insurance. And most people don't even know what type of insurance they have. So I took it upon myself to educate myself more on the ins, the outs, and the benefits of life insurance. After doing a bunch of research, I realized that a term policy isn't the way. I needed something better to protect my family. I wanted to make sure that when I transitioned, my wife didn't have to worry about getting another man to help her with the bills or help her with anything that I was doing while I was living. So I set myself up with an Index Universal Life Insurance policy. And within that Index Universal Life Insurance policy, I have a cash value and I have death benefits. So if anything happens to me, she'll get $2 million and she'll get the accumulated money that I've been putting into that account monthly. Unlike a term policy, all my monthly payments that are going into the policy, if anything happens to me, she'll just get the premium of what the policy is worth. But if I don't die, all that money is gone. It's just gone to the insurance gods. But with my Index Universal Life Insurance policy, every cent that I put into that policy, she'll get the interest earned on it. So I realized that I need to educate my family and friends in the world on the importance of life insurance. And that's why I decided to start this YouTube page to help you all. Again, my journey with life insurance was just me getting an IUL set up for myself. But as I started going to family functions and things like that, asking other family members, and I realized 80% of my family members don't have coverage. And most people haven't even heard of an Index Universal Life Insurance policy. So I took it upon myself to start a YouTube video and to make sure that everyone that I know and love is covered. So I have a question to ask you guys. What would happen to you? Or, well, let's say it like this. What are the ramifications of you transitioning and you're not covered, you don't have an Index Universal or whole life policy? What's going to happen with your family members? What's going to happen with your children, your wife, your loved ones? Are you prepared? Why haven't you set yourself up for success? The thing about life insurance policies is, for a small amount monthly, it compounds over the years, and you'll have a lot of money when you transition. A lot of money to take care of bills, take the sting away from you transitioning, take the sting away from you not being there to support your family and your wife and your children. Again, money won't supplement you or your time, but it will take that sting away, and it will help your family deal better with your death, knowing that, man, my mom loved me so much that she thought about setting us up for success once they transitioned. If you're not covered, or even if you are covered, it's imperative that you reach out to me, shoot me an email at christhelifebroker@gmail.com, and I'll set up a free consultation with you. There's nothing like going to sleep knowing that your family's taken care of. There's nothing like going to sleep knowing if you don't wake up, your family's going to get millions or hundreds of thousands of dollars coming their way if anything happens. You have to get uncomfortable with being uncomfortable and choose to evolve and choose to know that life insurance isn't an option. It's a choice, but it's a mandatory thing that you need in your life. Me personally, term life is good if you're having challenges financially and you really can't afford a whole or index universal life insurance policy, but you want to make sure your babies are covered. Term life is fine. But if you're middle age and you're doing well off and you want to have a cash value or you want to pull money from your life insurance policy, you have that option. But the key is to set your index universal life insurance, a whole life policy up correctly. It's good to get with a licensed agent that you know and trust, that you know isn't out for commission, but they're out to make sure you're taken care of financially. Me personally, it's the mission over the commission. I've always loved taking care of people, and I've always loved letting people know that, hey, I'm here for you. I've always been a voice of reason to give my perspective on things. And with this life insurance family, it's time for us to start taking advantage of what rich people have known for years and are taking advantage of. Just imagine if you and your mother, your father, or your children all transitioned and those left behind didn't have money to bury them. Can you imagine that strain on them, that psychological and mental strain it would cause? But imagine if you did set yourself up for success and you got an index universal life insurance policy or whole life or even term life, and it took that sting away from your family members. Can you imagine the smile on their face, although they're going to miss you, but just to know that you set them up for success and everything's covered and they have a little cheese on the end, a little money to help them get by? Can you imagine the smiles on their face? Me personally, I would like to focus on the one with them smiling, not with them worried about who's going to support them in this fish fry, who's going to create a GoFundMe to make sure you're buried. You don't want to leave your family out like that, family. You don't want to do that. So it's imperative that you all take action today and set yourself up with life insurance. Again, my name is Chris the Life Broker, and I can be reached at christhelifebroker@gmail.com. Set yourself up for success. Reach out to me, and I'll set you up with a free consultation and get you squared away, family. In the future, I'll be creating videos weekly talking about the differences of term, whole, index universal life insurance policies, rolling over 401k money into annuities. There's so many benefits of hiding money and setting yourself up for success financially through the vehicle of life insurance. And if you stick with me, family, go ahead and subscribe now, and I'll be setting up videos weekly for you and educating you all on the benefits of life insurance. Have a great day.